Give me some brew and I might just chill, but I'm the type to light another joint like Cypress Hill. I still do be spit loogies when I puff.
Alright, my name is Houston, and today I'm going to show you how to put laces in your Fresh Prince 5s, the ones that come with no laces. And I watched a couple other people's videos on this, and they all looked exactly the same. They put the white laces in there with the black lace lock. But over here we do things different. I'm going to be using custom laces, and I'm going to show you what I did with mine. There's the laces I added to mine. These are custom Grape 5 laces. They're purple with the little emerald speckling on them. I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but they look a lot better in the sunlight. You can see it a lot more. And you can see I did add holes to every one of them. And the reason I did it is because I wore them like this. Without laces, I wore them out. And it wasn't a good idea. These things, they feel very loose, like they're gonna fall off when you're walking. Not to mention that it's pulling right here on the netting and it's gonna tear it. I don't know if you can see the threading in there, but it's just one piece of threading holding this shoe together here, and it feels like it's gonna tear. And yeah, it looks like it's pulling through the netting right there. So I decided to do the lace fix on them. And anyway, you do want to punch holes in every one of these because this piece is leather. And after a while, them holes, these little dents right here, they're gonna disappear, and there's not gonna be anything there. So I'm gonna show you how to do it right here. What you're gonna need is a leather hole puncher. This is a heavy duty one because the leather's pretty thick on them. And an X-Acto knife to cut the threading here, and a pencil to mark your holes because you're gonna need mark holes here and here on all 4 sides. So let me get started here. I'm gonna start by cutting this thread off. So this might be kind of a long one, so you can speed it up if you want to, or just fast forward till I finish it. Because I'm gonna do one side and then I'll stop and I'll do this one off camera, and then I'll be back to show you what I've done. So let me get started here. Yeah, this is pretty hard because you can see it is stuck to the netting, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it off camera just to be careful and make sure I don't cut anything that I don't need to. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm done cutting, and pretty much, luckily I did that because the threading was like double stitched on parts down here, especially down in this area. But I did cut it because you have to cut it all the way down to right there, because you're gonna have to make holes right here, and you need to be able to fit the little tool down right here. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. So you're gonna have to clean up this extra threading right here on the sides. Other side as well, it looks pretty good. It was nice and clean. This side came off pretty much after I cut the first thread. The rest of it just popped off. You can see there were extra threading is. So anyway, the next step is to be, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mark holes. So let me go ahead and use a pencil and mark the holes where I'm gonna need to be punching holes through. So I'll be back. Alright, so I got the holes marked where I got the leather marked where I'm gonna be punching the holes through it. So that's pretty much it. You just use a pencil, make sure this is even with this one. It's supposed to be right in the middle. This one on the retail pair is supposed to be a little lower, but these are made a little differently. So you're gonna have to mark it pretty much even with the one that's there, which is right there. It's enough space there, and just make sure it's straight on both. Yeah, so now it's time to punch some holes. We're using the third biggest one from the skinniest, and then second, and this is the third. This is the one you're gonna be using. So let me go ahead and start punching the holes in there. And you're gonna want to press the tongue down inside so you have enough space to work with. And so you get it like this, and then you press real hard. And that's pretty much your hole there. So we're going to be doing that on all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do them, and I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm getting them done pretty quick, so I'm going to try and get them on camera. It's not really that hard. Let me just turn it a little bit. Get this stuff out of the way. I think the hardest part is just applying the pressure to it, because it has to cut all the way through. So that's pretty much the bottom part done. Now the top part here, you got to go up one to the fourth, and you cut 2 holes on the top. Like the hole here, you do 1/2 on the top and 1/2 on the bottom. Like this. So you cut 1/2 on the top, and then you do another on the bottom. And it makes a perfect hole like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the top part, and I'll be back with the lacing up the shoes. Alright, so all the holes are punched on them, so here's a look at how they look. Now when you look at the back, you're gonna have to finish punching the back out. And you can just stick something in there and cut it off, cut the back piece off. I'll show you what I use here. To cut mine off, I use this little bent bobby pin here and this little snipping tool that I got. You can see here, like, when you stick the little bobby pin in there, it punches out the back part. Like that, and I just use this little tool here just to cut it off. And see how clean it cuts it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up real quick, and then I'll lace them up for you. Alright, so that took a little longer than it should have. You can see here all these little pieces. And then to clean up the little edges around where the holes were. But anyway, I'm through and got the lace here. I'm gonna go ahead and lace them up. And if you're wondering where I got the laces from, it's a company. I think I got one of their cards here. It's called Sneakerhead's Clothing Line. Found them on, I think, Instagram. But the picture that I saw originally was a different shoe. It was a different shoelace. The one that I seen had emerald lace tips, which is this color here. And the laces were a lot darker, and they had more of this emerald, like big spots on them. And they looked a lot better than what these do. These laces are okay, but they're not as good as the ones that I wanted. But yeah, I'll see if I can find another pair of ones that I like better than these. Because I never put white laces on my grapes. Even my old pair, they got purple laces on them. Now see, here's a problem. The hole didn't go all the way through, so I'm gonna have to finish punching this hole right here. And I mean, it really didn't go through because you can see the back is just white. There's nothing there. So let me go ahead and punch it again. See, that time it went through. You can see the holes there. See, clean punch. So let's finish lacing them up and wrap this video up. So it might be kind of a long video. I tried to cut it as short as I could, doing most of the work off camera. This one's a little hard to get through. I'm at the, we punched this one too. I got it through. Yeah, like I said, this is pretty easy to do if you have the right tool to do it. And if you have this shoe just to collect it and you're not gonna wear it, then yeah, you should leave it alone. But if you do plan on wearing it, you're gonna need laces in them, because like I said, they feel like they're gonna fall off. It's kind of like wearing a big shoe, or it doesn't fit right. It has a loose feeling to it. And I think these almost fell off of me twice. Just doesn't feel right walking around in them with no laces on. Almost done. Alright, so that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. And that's how you put the laces on the Jordan 5 Fresh Prints. And like I said, you can add lace locks and stuff for different laces if you want to, but this is just how I wear mine. I always put purple laces on them. The black pair or the white pair, either one. So until I'll catch you on the next video.